Welcome to A Wheel Thing TV, I'm Dave Canole. This week we're checking out the 2018 Peugeot 3008 GT. It's a cracker. This is the 2018 Peugeot 3008. This is the GT, the top of the range model, and around $55,000 at the moment. Riding on big 19-inch wheels, and it looks absolutely sensational. Slightly different front end on the GT compared to the others in the range. LED lights, as you can see, very sharp, very precise looking design. And it really is an absolutely beautiful looking car to see out on the road. The new digital dash in the Peugeot 3008 GT looks very clean. You can actually select a couple of colour themes, but what you're also able to do is rotate a dial that's on the left hand side of the steering wheel. And as you can see, you've got a few different options here, which by rotating that dial you can select various looks. All very classy, very clean, very simple to look at, and certainly very, very easy to do, including even a navigation option that allows you to see where you're going at all times. Peugeot 3008 GT allegedly has one of those situations where you can wave the foot underneath when the car's locked, and it should theoretically, there we go, actually unlocks the door, and it is a powered door, and theoretically it should open up all by itself. As you can see, it doesn't in this case. Inside the 3008 GT you also get mood lighting, these LED strips embedded into the door trim, some very nice Alcantara or suede trim here as well, and also up in the lining, which I don't know if you can pick up, but in the, there we go, you can just pick it up there, that's for the sunroof and the sliding cloth roof as well. Unusual but very effective design at the front of the GT. As you can see, this nicely chrome or alloy look chin spoiler, but also a vent through here on the right hand side of the driver's right for the Australian market for the intercooler for the diesel, and a slightly more bluff and up front look as well at the grille, and even holding, as you can just see, one of the cameras that allow you to see 360-degree vision inside on the touchscreen. Very well packaged on the inside of the 3008. As you can see, there is an absolutely huge amount of boot space, and you don't even lose any leg space for the rear seat passengers. Big, meaty and grippy rubber from Continental, 235 by 50 by 19 for the 3008 GT. And as you can see, the design fills the wheel well nicely compared to some other cars that are out in the market. Look like they've got very, very small wheels for the size of the vehicle. Very well packaged, and certainly finishes off the rear of the car quite nicely, especially with that little kink in the rear quarter. One of the design highlights for the 3008, especially in this case the GT, obviously being an auto, you've got paddle, flappy paddles behind the steering wheel there, but you've also got this aircraft style gear selector. We've got a sports button which does really actually change the way that the car drives. It tightens up the suspension, makes the steering harder, and you do get some aural feedback through the sound system just to make you sound like you've got a little bit more grunt going on. But the whole design of the cabin is very much along the lines of having a separate cockpit. You've got this design here that wraps around and gives you the feeling that it's you just here, and over there is where somebody else would be sitting. It's all about you in this section. Have a look at the leather, the embossing on these seats. It's been mentioned that they're almost something like Game of Thrones, and I'll tell you what, this would be an absolutely beautiful competitor if it came to a car version of that kind of thing. Overall, an amazing presence, and just so beautiful overall. Priced at around $55,000, it is an absolute ripper, and you can see why this car has won the European Car of the Year award. Bear in mind it's an SUV, so it's a bit of a history maker. It's something different. There is so much kit, so much ability. It is just an amazing car, and certainly one of the best value propositions you can buy. Peugeot, congratulations. For A Wheel Thing TV, I'm Dave Canole.